Football is truly back and in full swing.
That's why Sky Bet are giving you weekly free bets and boosts all season long.
Head over to Sky Bet now to check out Acca Freeze, Build a Bet and all of their latest offers.
18 plus, T's and C's apply, gambleaware.org.
Chelsea come to Old Trafford and got their backside slapped at the weekend. It was interesting. I know people say United were playing against 10 men. But I thought it was the pressure we put on you that made you go down to 10 men, because for the first 10 minutes we came out of the blocks flying. But let's look at Chelsea.
You can't take credit for Robert Sanchez's stupidity.
I thought we put the pressure on. We went out. We even did that weird thing. Everyone went on the left-hand side of the pitch for kickoff.
And you just booted it out or played long.
At the left. It was really weird.
Mate, it's a rugby tactic.
But we clearly saw something in, just getting at them early.
But you can't, honestly, you aren't the architects of Robert Sanchez being a pillock and pressing the self-destruct button. Like, you aren't the architects of that. On. He's just a total calamity.
Pumping it long. We just spoke about how you lot have been pumping it long.
What I'm saying is, it's not like it wasn't some incredible 50 passes combined where you've completely outskilled Chelsea. I mean, this guy's giving you crazy red
I don't know
card.
if you watched it. If you watched the first 10 minutes,
you were direct.
Something was coming.
I'm not slagging you off for being direct.
Robert Sanchez and Enzo Maresca press the self-destruct button. And if Manchester United and Amorim kind of want to take the credit for that, I would disagree, but it's very difficult for me to prove that you're wrong on that front. So let's just agree to disagree. But it wasn't Manchester United being good. It wasn't Amorim getting it right. It was Chelsea completely and utterly getting it wrong. I spoke earlier about Arteta, and I was scathing. And I extend that courtesy to Enzo Maresca.
So do you feel like Chelsea's wider strategy that they've employed this summer, the last few summers, is undermining the progress of the team? Because you felt the team was maybe a couple of signings, proper signings, not the signings they made, away from pushing on. We've been talking about Donnarumma. You fancied him in between the sticks, and you can see why that would be a massive improvement on what you've got. Maybe there were a few other players you could have gone for instead of gone
Mike Mannion. You remember at the beginning of the window? Mike Mannion. It was we bottled that transfer over the sake of about £5 million. When you think about where we've spent £5 million, I'm like, let's just do one. We can all do one. We'll play a game. Okay, you go McKola Mudryk, I'll go Renato Vega, and you can go Raheem Sterling, Koulibaly. Right, loads of money been wasted. We didn't sign Mike Mannion when we could have done. Towards the end of the transfer window, when the Mannion ship had sailed, we had the opportunity of spending about £70 million, breaking our strategy and signing Donnarumma and Mark Gahey, arguably the best keeper in the world.
By the way,
arguably
if you get them both for 70 million, that's great business.
70 million quid.
80 million.
It isn't great business if you're Chelsea, though, because what we're trying to do is flip players. There are countless players at the club that have been signed never to play for the club. It's not about... Like, Jamie Gittins isn't been bought to play for Chelsea's first team. Buonanotte hasn't been bought to play for Chelsea's first team and improve our first team. They've been bought in order to flip. We hold on to them, we flip them for more money.
You're like scalpers.
Yeah. Ticket touts.
Ticket touts. And trainer touts and all that.
Yeah.
Cretins.
No, I agree. It's ridiculous. But I've never been more concerned at the direction Chelsea are going in.
Before the game, did you feel like, because a lot of people probably felt like Chelsea was just going to turn up and batter us.
I thought we'd batter you, not because we're good, and not because I rate Maresca, but because I thought that Amorim was completely out of his depth. But there is always the chance. There is always a chance that we'll get it wrong. And the substitutions that Enzo Maresca made, sometimes with a manager, you get that moment and you're like, oh my God. A lot of people said it about Amorim when he was kind of hiding from the Grimsby penalties, and you're like, there is just no coming back from that point. Whatever happens after that, there's no coming back from that point. I kind of think it a bit about Graham Potter at West Ham. There were moments in a press conference fairly recently where I was like, it doesn't matter what happens now. It's finished. Enzo Maresca's substitutions, I've never seen anything worse than that.
So it was Jorgensen, the goalkeeper, came on for Estevao, tossing for Neto, and Cole Palmer then went off for Andre Santos, although that's believed to be an injury. No,
it wasn't, though. It wasn't an injury. Cole Palmer's reaction told you that it wasn't an injury, and there's a PR machine that is chugging away at the moment. The thing is, Adam, what people need to remember is when we went down to 10 men, the score was 0-0. So we're playing against Manchester United, a Manchester United team that are in trouble, a Manchester United team that have been in disarray at various points. And the score is 0-0, and we're 4 minutes into the game. So it's completely winnable. I think that we should easily be able to beat Man United with 10 men. Then we make our substitutions. And it was at that point that you kind of go, Enzo Maresca could be done here. Enzo Maresca, like that moment with those substitutions, it was so starkly wrong. Like, you're taking off your three most creative players, the three players that give you an outlet, and you are bringing on only defensive-minded players. It was baffling. And then his words, like this is when I was just like, mate, what are you talking about? He went, do you know what? The game was over as soon as a man got sent off. And you're like, that was 4 minutes into the game. How can you possibly say that it's over 4 minutes into the game? Like, that's your responsibility now to manage.
Well, and they get sending off themselves.
And they eventually get sending off themselves.
For just before half-time as well. Yeah. So it's 45 minutes.
Yeah. But by that point, the substitutions that we made. And do you know what?
I went to my mate, thank God they've taken Palmer and that off because it helps.
If you think about the substitutions that we made, it is like mind-bogglingly ridiculous. Like, absolutely ridiculous. Like, just to think about it at another club, right? If it was Liverpool, they go a man down because Alisson gets sent off. They take off Gakpo, they bring on Maresca. They take off Salah, and they bring on Jones. And then they take off Ekitike, and they bring on a centre-half. All the while leaving Florian Wirtz on the bench. All the while not bringing on...
That only works if you're 2-0 up, 3-0 up, and it's March, and you're in a
4 minutes into the game.
But 4 minutes in, it's early in the season. You can be expansive against this Man United side.
He got it.
Do you think that shows the pressure he's under? Because
I think it shows the limitations.
He probably feels like a 4-0 slap in there, even with 10 men. Suddenly, all the focus and talks about Enzo Maresca's future. Do you think some managers kind of think, right, if I get out of here with a 1-0 defeat, it's not that bad, you know?
He's possibly now sort of redefined what the parameters of success are for Chelsea. Like, what success used to mean was sort of Mourinho mentality, Conte mentality.
Yeah, Mourinho gets sacked if you know.
Well,
if you're not winning the league,
Ancelotti finished second and got sacked. Do you know what I mean? Like,
but now Mourinho would be. This was that era. Mourinho would be allowed to stay on for 2, 3, 4 years without winning anything.
Yeah, I mean, and also, like, I think Maresca is so average, and we saw it the other day. But you can see the problem with buying players when you aren't buying them to improve the team. Like, you know what people say? It's a very silly thing to say to Chelsea fans. You should be winning the league with the money that you spent. You're kind of right. But you also have to analyse where the money... Like, you know, if we'd spent the money on Eze, Donnarumma and Gahey, you go, yeah, you're right. But we spent a load of money. But we spent it on Jamie Gittins. Like, we spent loads of money on Buonanotte and Garnacho.
I think your
Gittins.
best signing was João Pedro, but like
that
the
was
others
by
are
accident.
like Delap and Garnacho. It's like they may be good.
And then no centre halves.
Be good.
No centre halves, no keeper. Like, Chelsea were crying out.
Santos, I thought he struggled in the game. Soft as anything as well, that Santos.
Yeah.
Oh, not a likeable.
He's the one who got Casemiro sent off, though,
yeah.
isn't
he? Yeah, but he was rolling around the whole game. It was embarrassing. Harry Maguire right at the end of the game.
We are massively in trouble, I think. Like, the season is what? 5 games in. We've won 2 games. Look at who we've beaten. We've beaten West Ham United, Potter, and we've beaten Fulham when we robbed them. You remember that? Remember that foul on the halfway line, right? That's who we've beaten. Like, you know when people are talking about Man United in trouble, you and I do it a lot, Booth. Man United have won 2 games. Chelsea have won 2 games, but they've played Arsenal. They've played you.
Yeah.
We've played no one, and we've won the same amount of games.
You played Bayern Munich, and I thought you were a million.
No,
in the last week,
Chelsea.
You played us as well.
60% of our games have been against the top 4.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you know what? In the last 7 days, we played Brentford away, bottled it.
Yeah.
Bayern Munich got battered, and Manchester United capitulated. Like, it's a great week.
You'd have the squad to bounce back because they're all young.
How do you see the season going?
No personality.
You see it fizzling out?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a bad one now with the manager. I think it's bad. Also, like,
is anyone turning on him in the stands?
People don't like him. People never really liked him, but I never really liked him. But what he did was he made it impossible to not at least acknowledge it was fairly impressive. But then if you drill down into it, this is where things can be massively misleading, because last year on paper looks like a success. We finished in the top 4. We won that trophy in Poland, and then we won the Club World Cup. The Club World Cup, winning that was great. How much you want to read into it, though, is debatable. The thing that we won in Poland is absolutely ridiculous. Like, I'll be totally honest with you. I love football my whole life. We played teams in that competition that I'd never heard of. Of course, we fucking won it. Like, we played teams I've never heard of. Had you ever heard of Noah? No, had you?
No.
Right.
Noah's Ark and that.
No, right. We also played, like, let's be totally real here. We played Shamrock Rovers.
Yeah, they're the only team I knew of.
We played Shamrock Rovers. Like, of course we win the competition.
Of course.
And then we qualified for the Champions League, finished in the top 4. Nottingham Forest went potty. Nottingham Forest capitulated, didn't they? So as much as we did all these things, as soon as you drill beneath the surface and just look at what we did, Last season wasn't as impressive as it looked. And then we had a terrible goalkeeper last season and terrible centre-halves. The best one of the centre-halves got injured. We didn't buy any new centre-halves.
No.
So who do you blame for this?
Maresca is responsible for the playing, what you're seeing on the pitch, and he's not a very good manager.
No, but you're going...
But the overall strategy is so wrong.
You're going like, our keeper's crap last year, still crap.
We're trying to make money. When we and the worst thing about it is it's working because we're making money all the time. So you can constantly spend if you're constantly... Like the way the PSR works, as long as you are bringing money in, which we are. You look at the sale of Renato Vega. You look at the...
Well, and you're a big club anyway. So
you made a profit this summer.
We're one of the few teams, one of the only.
Profit this summer.
But it's because of the players that we sell that barely play for us. Like, I think Renato Vega literally played one game.
They're really good at selling.
Paid 15 million quid for him.
Whereas you look at Liverpool, they got themselves into that healthy PSR position to go, boom, we're winning 21 titles right now.
Yeah. But no, we're vulnerable because the manager is average at best, and the squad doesn't have it.
You're still better than
you said
top 5. You're more than good enough.
I agree,
which
I think is good enough for the
rest. Do you still agree?
No, I don't know if we are anymore. I don't know if we are. I thought that we were nowhere near as good as Liverpool, Arsenal, and maybe even Man City, you could say. But I thought that we were so clear of everyone else. Newcastle, Villa, Tottenham, far away. I'm not sure that we are. You look at the
more points than Newcastle,
but look at the results.
Yeah,
like look at the results.
I'd rather have Newcastle squad.
Who have we played? Who have we played that's any good? And every time we have played someone good, we're not winning.